Hi, parents. It's Nurse C here. If you've ever sat at the dinner table for what feels like hours, begging your toddler to take just one bite, I have some news for you. You're not alone. Picky eating is one of the top concerns for most parents. And as a pediatric nurse and a mom, I've lived through it too. Today, we're going to break down why picky eating happens and you should be worried, and practical strategies that will make mealtime so much easier and less stressful too. So grab your coffee and let's get into it. So first, let's talk about why kids become picky eaters to begin with. Around the toddler years, children start to develop what they want to be is independence. And one of the few things that they can control is what goes in their mouth. That's why it is so common when toddlers say no to food. Another reason could be sensory sensitivities. Kids are extra sensitive to certain textures, smells, or even food colors. And of course, growth does slow down after their first year of life, so their appetite naturally decreases as well. What seems like to be refusal may actually just be another normal shift in how much food they eat. So then you have um, picky eating versus feeding issues. How to tell the difference. One of the main differences between picky eating and feeding challenges is that picky eating usually is just a phase and then goes away. The child will try to eat at least one food from each food group. They continue to grow. Feeding issues, on the other hand, may mean that your child avoids certain textures and they will gag a lot and struggle to gain weight. If you notice feeding issues beyond picky eating, it might be worth talking to your pediatrician or maybe even asking for a feeding therapy referral. And here's something super important. There's a difference between picky eating and feeding challenges. Picky eating is usually just a phase that will hopefully go away eventually. And the child eats at least one food from each food group and continues to grow. Then, on the other hand, you have the feeding issues. This may mean that your child avoids certain entire foods due to their textures. They gag a lot and possibly even struggle to gain weight. If you notice any of these kind of feeding issues beyond picky eating, it might be worth talking to your pediatrician or maybe even asking for a feeding therapy referral. Here are some of my go-to strategies as a nurse and a mom. You do a division of responsibilities. Your job is to offer healthy food, and it's your child's job to say how much he wants to eat at a certain time. No battles. You have repeated exposure. Kids need to see that same food that you're offering them that they refuse. They need to see it at least 10 to 15 times before they may actually even try it. So don't give up after one refusal. And then you have to do the model eating, of course, right? You gotta let your child see that you're enjoying the food that you're offering them. Trust me, they'll learn more from just watching you than from the nagging. Another thing is you make food fun. You could use cookie cutters, serve dips, or make a rainbow plate. Playful presentation goes a long way. And the last but not least, you want to offer choices. Instead of asking them, do you want broccoli? Give them a choice. Do you want broccoli or would you rather have carrots? And parents, this is huge for them to be able to stay calm. Power struggles at the table, don't do it. It will just make things worse for you and for and your child will really not eat after all that. And it'll make the picky eating way worse than it needs to be. I know how stressful meals can get. You worked hard to cook it, you're tired, your child is throwing food or saying yuck. And this is what I have to remind myself in these situations. Our job is to set the stage, not force the performance. What do I mean by that? That kids are not going to starve themselves. Just keep offering them balanced options. And remember, nutrition is about the whole week, not just one small meal. If they skip dinner once but ate yogurt and fruit or toast earlier, they're still getting their nutrients, so don't stress it. So parents, trust me, you're not failing if your child is a picky eater. This is a normal part of development for kids. And with patience and consistency, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more nurse mom parenting guides. And share this with a friend who's in the middle of a food battle. You got this.